Hey guys, how's it going? It's the 26th day after Christmas. Yesterday was like 60 something degrees. So I took the VW trike, dug that out, and went for a ride. Went over to AMG's corner. He had to do a head gasket on his car over at his shop. So he had a live feed kind of going on for about 6 hours. I think now he has it as just on a playlist, but it's like a 6 hour long thing. So if anyone wants to go over there and go check that out, they can. Anyway, springtime is still with us for another day or two, but the snow's coming. So I had to go do some fudge-ludging around and getting ready. I still have an awning that drop on the back porch, but we moved stuff around. I had a bunch of rototillers and stuff packed in here, that pressure washer. I dragged them all back to the tent garage to make a little bit of room anyway, so I can get in and out of this guy and access my parts. And I had a snowblower back there, dragged that out, and I just got to give that a quickie service. And I didn't show this, but the Honda tractor, I used it all last year, and it worked fine, but I didn't have a cab for it. So I ended up getting a cab from our friend Al. He had a barn, and he had a bunch of tractors, but didn't have a Boland's tractor, but had this cab, I guess, left over from one of them. And so I grabbed that, and we made that fit onto the Honda, which does fairly well. And I'd make a bunch of brackets and bend some stuff, and like all the normal stuff that goes along with it. You can see the wheel wells, don't match up. So I have a roll of that plastic that's kind of used for windows for the back of a convertible or boats or whatnot. So I just this window was missing. You can kind of see I just stapled it on there and put something back in its place, and then extended the skirt down below. So we should be all set. I sold the Aaron's tractor. The Aaron's had the rototiller on the back with snowblower on the front and a cab. But I sold that because I'm not going to be needing that setup anymore because I have this. And the benefit of this one over that other one is this is four-wheel drive and four-wheel steer. So it likes to not drive over the snowbank when you're trying to make a turn. Had to change this up a little bit. It had a crank on it before, but it was hitting the door, so now I have to make it so you can kind of twirl it like that. That's the steering for the chute. Then I cut the brackets up and re-steered them to a different direction to match the floorboards on this, and again on the back there. And it's just got a lip. There's no bolts here, but this is like a piece of angle that the roof just kind of sits down on and is bolted down below. So it's pretty stout. It'll shake with the tractor, not by itself. It seems to be holding up pretty good. Again, this was all sprayed down with that bar and chain oil stuff on the snowblower. You can see where the dirt's been splashing up on it. But as far as the rust, there's nothing. It probably should get another spray down at some point. Probably when I do another vehicle, I'll bring this over and we'll do the same. I believe this was the wax and the maybe toilet ring wax and bar and chain oil. I forget what the combo was. I got to go back and look. But no, it's dirty. Everything's stuck to it, but there's really no rust other than it's a little bit up on top here. But the body of it, yeah, you can see it with no dirt on it here. So it's like a nice, barrier on it. And selling the Aaron's is what paid for the Bridgeport. So a couple of other things I put away, hammocks put away, and believe it or not, I actually kind of cleaned up a little bit over here, but a little bit more to do. But I got another day or so before it does come. I did not paint the underneath of the double cab because I found that up top, wherever the paint was here is perfectly dry, but wherever the seam sealer is, you're kind of sticking to it. So that's either it didn't cure all the way before I painted over it, or it's just having a reaction with the paint. Eventually it'll dry. One way or another it's going to dry. So I wanted to let the bottom kind of cure a little further than it did up top. So we should be pretty good, and we'll see if that cures it or not. So I'm kind of getting myself set up to start slopping some paint on this. I got my ratty old black sweater on that I've been using on this. It's got weld holes and everything on it. And I have a quart of Rust-Oleum Shatin that we're going to use. We'll see how far that goes. Again, it's easily obtainable from Home Depot, which is right in the center of town. It's a mile or two away. So I'm going to start getting on that. There's something else I was going to add to this too. I forget. I done forgot. Well, I'll add to it when I remember. How's that? So I'm going to go get set up, and I'll get some paint stirred up and get crawling underneath there and start slapping some on. And we're under. Let's go see how this covers. Again, I'm using a little like 4-inch or 3-inch, that's 4, like a high nap roller. Let's see what our coverage is like. Come on, roll. You're not rolling. Ugh. It's gooing though. That's why you wear old shirts. There you go. I think I just had too much on it. Ugh. It's a messy job. I think I'm gonna avoid that rusty area for now. We're gonna come back and address that, but I just want to get pretty much all these areas. So what I kind of do is I like to go over it with a roller first and then come back with a brush, and then I work it in with a brush. And then we can kind of come back, and I like to use the roller, in other words, to get the paint on, you know, to transfer it, and then you'll work it with the brush into all the little nooks and crannies. So you guys feel like you're watching paint dry? And I think, there we go. Probably in these little areas I might be just better off with the brush until I get into the wide open flat sections of the floor, and the roller can really go. That should take care of us. What should I do? Should I take that block of wood out of there, or work around it and then take the block of wood? That's probably the best bet. So I'm going to try doing this two-handed, because right now I'm trying to hold you and the camera at the same time. But I think you get the idea what we're going to be doing here for the next quite a bit. Yeah, right. So I'm going to go shut you guys down before I get up paint all over you anyway. And I'll do an update in a minute. Well, I made a little bit more than halfway before I burned up the first quart. So I ran out and grabbed another one. I was going to grab two, but that's all that was left. So it must be a run on people painting stuff black. Anyway, let's grab a creeper. There's a little bit left in the pan too, but kind of wanted to get out before rush hour started going. It's black. And that should go to like a satin when it's done. Right now it's still shiny because it's still wet. And the main idea is just to try to cover the areas that are that I opened up and did repairs on, and then I just try to hit whatever big areas there were. But when I pull the engine back out, I'll finish cleaning up inside further. I want to pull the shocks off, but the bolts are seized, so I don't want that to turn into a whole project. I want to get some paint on this and let it kind of cure up as it's dripping. And I'll probably come back with a when I'm done, I'll come back with a dry brush and just try to knock off all the little tits and drips that are still coming out due to gravity. So I'm not going to hit any of back here because I know I'm ripping that battery tray out of there, so that's pretty much pointless in there. But I still want to hit this wheel well. covering that section of floor with the raw steel. Oh, again, that probably took me 45 minutes or so to go do. Alright, so I'm gonna go crack open another one, put my crappy shirt back on, and continue on. Alright, so I used up about half that can, maybe a little bit more, and threw out the brush and kind of cleaned up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. It's all done underneath, but then I started wanting to, I guess I'm in a painting mood. I figured, well, might as well while I'm got everything going and I'm dirty and everything. So I took those little pads that were in the middle out of there with a scraper, scraped them out, and ran around with a wire brush, and then Scotch Brighted that center section there. And I figure we're gonna go hit that too. That's dry. I don't know how much I Scotch Brighted the back wall, so I taped off some of that stuff. I'm not sure how far out I'm gonna go, you know. And then the same on the other side, and covered the VIN tags, so I'm not getting them all goobered up. And then I may or may not, and again, it's, you know, how far the paint's going, do that back wall. And I know what I should do. What I should do is just take my time and clean the whole thing with like a Scotch Brite and start painting the whole thing on the inside. But I don't have enough paint mixed up right now. And the other thing I'm worried about is, again, where the joints are sealed, that's still kind of wet, so anything you sand or do just sticks right to it. You can see the front got all messy. Now they're outlined, you know, or before they blend in. So I'm trying to avoid you know, getting that all over the place. Although there's going to be mats on it, I'm just trying to do my best with my aesthetics from, you know, part one, you know, Bee's Nest. Truck mascot. So, as I said, you know, I don't want to be getting that crap. I should have done all that to begin with, but again, the process in my mind was let's get the repaired rust stuff just kind of covered and go from there, instead of kind of like thinking, why don't I just paint the whole cab? But, see, can we read any of these? Where does that say? You guys read that? I feel like if I stop shaking, I can. I'm trying to read it through the camera. I'll be figuring that out later, what it says. That's probably where it was someplace in its life. I think it was pretty much all Maine. So, I'm going to go and find out whatever I do with the white stuff. There it is. I think I have about that much left in there. And do the same, start spreading that all over the place. Here's those pads I scraped off. And the spare tire sits in there, and this is just like a cushion for the spare tire to sit on. Alright, back to painting. Well, I burned up what's left of that gallon. Just got to clean throw the roller out, clean the pan, and pretty much gave everything. I did that, the back wall, it's got one coat on it. I did the floor on the bottom, it's got 2 coats on it. This has 2 coats on it, and then pretty much everything on the front floor got hit again. The center's hit once, and the back wall. So it's really kind of cleaning it up. But I'm out of that color, so we'll all see how the next stuff matches up. But again, as long as I'm in the same realm, I'm happy with that. I figured the floors are going to get the most, you know, wear, so I'll get the most down as I can on that. They ain't let all this stuff seal up. Just think it can sit for a couple of days. It's looking good. It's because it's clean, it looks good, you know. Compared to, again, what it looked like a week ago. I didn't go all the way back in there. I figure at some point I'm probably going to spray. But just roller and brush. Good as new. Kinda. Let's The bottom's probably been on there for an hour and a half now. Let's do a quickie in there. I might run the heat tonight and just kind of leave it on low, and at least get it so it's tacky. Not sure what I'm gonna do on this next. My light's ready to rip out. A few black dots on the floor. How's that wipe out? More floor patina. Let's grab a light. Guys getting dizzy yet? Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting kind of hazy. If I want. I didn't hit this side because I did the other side. The other side I was able to get the brush right up underneath there. So you can see a little bit of it. But on the other side I got it. I don't know if I want to spray under here. But again, sealing up all the crap I did, you know. So, getting there. The white stuff's white and the black stuff's black, so getting somewhere. And let me go shut it down. And so it's the next day, and gonna make a little wrap up on the end of this video. I wasn't sure where I was gonna stop, but I think we're gonna let this thing kind of settle by itself for a while. Peeled off my tape from my stickers and all. I find I'm getting a little too caught up in painting the thing and not doing the steps that need to be done. But you know, the paint makes such a big improvement that you want to keep, you know, let's make this area look good. So still need to kind of finish up the metal work on it, and keep in mind that where I'm putting paint is just to protect the work that I already done, not to be that concerned about getting it pretty yet, you know. So. Well, it definitely does clean it up. And so what I want to get, the point I want to get to is just basically have everything like that back lip needs to be straightened out. But then just take it and kind of go over, you know, sand it and then Scotch Brite it all and mask off all the black stuff up in front. And other than that, there's really not much in here. And then take a gallon and just kind of mix up the color I want and take the spray gun and just nail everything at one time. I'll be able to crack cover, and then all the stuff that needed to have protection on it already does. So I think I am going to again put the wheels back on this. It's supposed to snow day after tomorrow, so I've been kind of going through my stuff. Got the snowblower in here, and I dropped off a generator. I won't start, you know, that kind of thing. So kind of shift gears back to that a little bit, and in between, I'm going to start cleaning up my end mills and work on the Bridgeport a little bit and tighten it up and clean it out and well, kind of, but that's a whole nother video. I'm gonna go shut this one down. Again, thanks everybody for watching, commenting, subscribing, and I'm glad that I did get something done on it. I forgot to show you after the black kind of dries out. After the, come on, light. Wrong button. The lights. There you go. Does that help? Not really. It just goes fuzzy. Can't even focus on it, it's just too black. Anyway, again, thanks for watching, comment, subscribing. Take care.